So today I'm gonna be doing a video on this look. It's kind of like not everyday glam, but it's kind of like a soft glam with a pop of color on the inner corners and on the cheeks. It's pretty natural for me. I would do this if I was going out for dinner, shopping, coffee, whatever, you name it. I do hope you like this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with a clean base. I'm going to start by using the L'Oreal Fine Flowers toner. I'm just going to use that to clean my face. I'm sure all of you know it's really important to have a clean base while doing your makeup, because your foundation and every other product you put is going to stick on it so much better. So it's really important to have a clean base. So after I've done that, I'm going to start with primers and then I'm going to move into the eyes. So the primer I'm going to use is the MAC Prep and Prime. Yeah, that's the MAC primer. And I'm going to use two. I'm going to apply this onto the outer parts of my face. Because I want that glow effect. And then for my T-zone, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Pouty Primer, I think it's called. So it's like, it comes in this little pot, and it's really, really good for the pores, especially if you got oily skin. So I'm just going to apply that on my T-zone and focus on my nose. I'm going to move on to brows. I do prefer having done my brows first. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal High Contour Brow Artist in the shade Cool Brunette. I've really been loving this lately. I'm just going to try and show you. Just gonna do it like so. I focus on the outer part and the arch more rather than the inner part of the brow, because I don't want them to be too intense. I'm gonna prime my eyes. For that, I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I think this is the shade C1. Just to prime the eyes. Look at the difference. And then I'm gonna set it with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. For the eye palette, I really want to use the Revolution palette. This is the Forever Flawless palette, and it looks something like that. Mine is really dirty, wow. I'm gonna start with the color, I'm gonna start with the first color right here called Sienna. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. This is the MAC 224 brush. And I'm gonna start blending this all over the crease. Hopefully you can see that. Doesn't matter if it's kind of sloppy, we're gonna blend it out, and I want this color to be my guide color for the look. I'm gonna dragging it out a little bit because I want that kind of like wing effect, because I've got a bit of sad eyes, I like to call it. So I love that lifted look. Now that I've got my base color down, I'm gonna continue with the same brush, just a slightly darker color. I'm gonna take the color Sundown right here, and it's just gonna give us a little bit of more color to work with. Next, I'm going to take the color called Fortunity and a slightly denser brush. The MAC 217, I believe. It's completely worn off. And focus more on the outer corner of my eye. and darken up that crease. I'm gonna blend everything out with the first brush that we used, just so everything is nice and blended, seamlessly blended. I realized that I want it a bit darker, and that palette doesn't have any darker color than that, so I'm gonna use a MAC eyeshadow. Use MAC's eyeshadow in the shade Smut. I'm gonna take the same dense brush and I'm gonna deepen the outer corner even more. And drag it towards the crease, just to define the eyelids. In the process, while blending your eyeshadows, you might have lost a little bit of that first color that we put in, the intensity of the orange. So I'm gonna go back with the same brush and blend everything out and add a little bit more color. I do really want a brighter color on my eyelid, so I'm gonna go for a mix between the color Majesty and Pearls right here. For that, I usually use my fingers because I found that the heat of the fingers can really make the color intense. But I will give my brush a try. I'm gonna take any flat brush and mix those colors together. And it's not working, so I'm gonna use my finger. Take both colors on my finger and just dab it on my eyelids. This palette's matte colors are really nice and pigmented, but I feel like the shinier ones are not as intense as I would like them to be. Build it up. Because I guess if you like insist and kind of build the color up, it's gonna be more intense. But who's got the time for that? I'm gonna blend out the edges. The edges. So it won't be as harsh. I'm gonna do foundation. So for foundation, I'm gonna use the EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. I think this is the lightest shade, which is 1.0. And I'm gonna go with my beauty blender. And I'm gonna start dabbing it all over my face. Oh wow, that's not cute. And I'm gonna blend it out. Down my neck. I do really like this foundation. It's medium to high coverage. It's not overly matte, which I like. Although I do have oily skin, I don't really like full matte foundation because I feel like it looks like a cake. So I do like the luminosity on some foundations. For concealer, I'm gonna use the same one, the Revolution Concealer Define. I'm gonna drag it out here because I want that lifted look. On the forehead, nose, and chin. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contour. I've been really liking it lately. I've never been into cream contour, but lately, I don't know, I just feel like it makes a little bit of a difference, maybe. For that, I'm gonna use the Kiko Stick Foundation in the shade 14. I'm not gonna do it directly to my face because I feel like that's gonna be way too intense. I'm just gonna dab my beauty sponge on the foundation like this. Oh my god, that's too much. And I'm gonna start sculpting my face. Also gonna go on the forehead, because you know, I got a big one. I will take a smaller brush like this and I will contour my nose. That looks ridiculous. Always blend the nose contour out really, really well. Now, the next step might seem a little weird to some of you, but I'm gonna set all the areas I highlighted with concealer, so my under eyes, forehead, nose, and chin with some baby powder. I do like using baby powder. It keeps it on. It's cheap, first of all. Keeps the makeup on. It might have a bit of a flashback, but right now, honey, we ain't going anywhere. Just gonna put a bit in my hand, and I will use my sponge and just dab it under my eyes. And then I'm gonna carefully bake my nose. And then I'm gonna set the rest of my face with the same powder, the Rimmel Stay Matte. While I'm setting the rest of my face, I'm gonna start slowly getting this powder off my face, sweeping it like so, because I don't want it to be too white, because remember, it's a baby powder, it's not an actual face powder, so don't leave it there for too long, it's gonna be looking way too bright. So now that I've got my face powders on, before I move on to my contour and blush and highlight and all of that, I'm gonna finish off my eyes. For eyeliner, I finally actually found a really good one. This is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Kohl liner. It's really black, really intense, and stays on, and I do love the intensity. Now I'm gonna finish the under eye. I'm gonna use the same colors that I used in the beginning, like a mix of them two and Fortunity. I'm just gonna mix them all together. I'm gonna quickly apply some mascara. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes Wall Wings. I don't necessarily love this one. That's the one I've got right now. But we're gonna work with what we've got. I'm gonna pop on some false face. This brand is from one of my classmates in uni last year. She's my age and she started her own business with lashes, and it's incredible how much is done. And if you want to show some support, I'll have her site down below. Her eyelashes are amazing. So this is in the style To Mint Babe. They're really nice and wispy. And now to smoke out the lash line on top, I'm gonna put some black eyeshadow. And to add a bit of a pop of color on the inner corner, I'm gonna use the NYX eyeshadow palette in the shade Brights. I'm gonna take this second pink right here. I think it's beautiful. And just go crazy. I feel like it really goes with the entire eye look. I'm gonna take the Makeup Revolution powder contour. As you can see, this is very much loved. I've ruined it, literally. And I'm gonna take a MAC angled brush. I'm gonna take this warm color here just to bronze the face. And then I'm gonna contour, same brush, just a different color. I'm gonna mix them two together, but not too much because I'm quite fair, so I don't want it to be looking too muddy. For blush, I've been really loving brighter pink blushes lately. I've been into peach blushes for so long, but now I've been back to pink blushes. So this is the MAC Peach blush. As you can see, it's very bright, so you need a little bit of it. Well, it depends how intense you want it to be. I'm gonna take a dual fiber brush, top off the excess. Smile. And voila. And then to finish off the face, I'm gonna put some highlighter. So I'm gonna use the Primark Pure Glow highlighting palette. Looks like that. I feel like it's really beautiful. This is in the shade, well, it doesn't have a shade, I think it's just Pure Glow. Anyway, Murphy M451 brush. And I basically mix all the colors together, basically these three. I do like the shade of all of them, so I'm just gonna like do a nice little mix and apply. Well, forehead. Hopefully you can see it on camera, it's beautiful. I'm gonna finish off the lips. I'm gonna show you actually my favorite nude at the minute. MAC lip liner in the shade Whirl. This has been my favorite for years now. I'm gonna line my lips. I do like to outline a little bit, or a lot, I don't know. And then I'm gonna use Murphy lipstick in the shade Wifey. Oh, this is my favorite nude right now. I absolutely love it. It's a perfect mix of nude and pink. Not too light, not too pink. I would either leave it like that, or I would, if I'm feeling crazy, I would use the MAC lipstick in the shade Kinda Sexy. Just dab that in the middle. So I would either leave it like that, or I would use some gloss. I don't know if I want gloss today. I actually do. So I'm going to use my favorite one, which is the Fenty Beauty Gloss in the shade Fussy. So I'm just going to pop that on. So that is the finished look. I really do love it. I feel like it's really good with the pinks and everything, and I really think it complements my eyes real well. It's not like a natural glam or anything like that. For me, it's towards natural. It's not something too crazy for me. Yeah, I do hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.